Hello, Tube. How many times you do that? Never gets easier. Let's get on with this. First of all, let me say I just saw something that said Chick-fil-A, the guy that runs Chick-fil-A promised his father he would uphold his faith. His faith. Oh, you must mean your faith in bigotry and hating other people because of who they love. Or maybe it's just your faith in being an asshole. And by the way, that was something that was really tough for me to do. And unlike eating meat that I have never been able to shake, one thing I was able to shake was eating at Chick-fil-A because I do not support restaurants that run brainwashing camps for gay children. And that is exactly what they do. They donate to anti-gay, anti-transgender groups. They run re-education camps that brainwash children and teenagers. And you seriously need to look into Chick-fil-A and some of the behavior of that freaking company, because it is actually quite horrifying that a company as big and as significant as that organization still engages in such anti-gay and anti-transgender behavior, and I don't fucking support that, so I no longer eat there. And I have to say this, I mean, it was a fucking tasty fucking restaurant. It sucks. I mean, they're like the one thing I always look for whenever I eat anything is I like something that is really hot, and like they loaded like I ate there, they would load that shit down with jalapenos, and that's what I liked about it because they had a lot of jalapeno, and I like jalapenos. I like anything hot, and like those sandwiches were very good. Like that was a very high quality restaurant. I thought to be as affordable as it was, but that's still no fucking exception for discriminating against gay people, and that's why I don't eat there. So there's that. Let's see what there is to talk about. LGBTQ kids, and I forget what country this is. It might be England, it might be Australia. I don't think it's America. And I feel like an idiot now. I probably should have kept better track of that. But they will not allow parents to opt out of curriculum designed to promote tolerance of LGBTQ people in education and or helping LGBTQ people better understand their identity. And I don't think they should. I think that that is a group. Now I will say this, it should vary at age level. I don't think you should be teaching a kindergartner about gay intercourse. And I don't think they are going to teach that. That's not what this is. This is simply telling you who they are, or what a gay person is, what a transgender person is. It's telling you what that identity is, what people identify as that is who they are, and it's not anything overly creepy or perverted. I assure you, that's not what this is. It's simply telling you that there are gay people. Some people have gay parents now. You have to keep that in mind, and I'm sure a lot of children are wondering, why do you have two parents that are of the same gender? And you have a lot of adopted children. Artificial insemination produces children for gay couples. You have surrogates that will produce a child for a gay and or lesbian couple. And it's very important that people understand homosexuality, and they need to know that from a young age. So I support that. I don't think you should be able to opt out of that. I think there should be a normal part, especially of sexual education or sex ed. And I don't give a damn what some fucking Christian thinks, or whether they like it or not. That's their fucking problem and tough shit. So there's that. Let's see, Unplanned. Here's an idea. Let's send a fucking copy of a movie called Uncut to fucking every circumcision clinic in the country. How about that? And by the way, that's kind of trivializing the issue. It's, again, genital mutilation is a serious fucking problem, and I don't support it, but that's still kind of funny, you have to be honest. But Unplanned is this bullshit fucking movie that they're playing in abortion clinics across the country, and it's a Christian fucking pro-life film designed to make women that have abortions feel bad about their chores, to shame them and persecute them for having to have an abortion. And they're not stupid enough to think this is going to change almost anyone's mind about having an abortion. If you're going in to have an abortion, again, this isn't like genital mutilation or some shit. You're doing that because this is a last alternative. You cannot financially care for the child. You have got to do something. A lot of cases, as a single mother, They're often very poor. They may have more than one child already. They're in many cases very young, and they're just not able to care for the fucking child. So to play a fucking anti-abortion film in a fucking abortion clinic is about as goddamn fucking disgusting and low as a goddamn human being can get. But what do you expect from American Christians? Hey, I do think there is a movie, like I said, called American Circumcision. And American Circumcision is a movie about the harm and the danger of genital mutilation, something that doesn't need to be done and doesn't do a damn bit of good, unlike abortion, that people often have to do because they can't care for the child. Genital mutilation doesn't do a damn thing of any good for anyone. And these same idiots, and many of them are against vaccinations also, they won't say a damn thing about genital mutilation, but they just so happen to be against anything that makes any fucking sense because that's an old American pastime. So I say, if you're going to do this, let's start fucking playing American Circumcision in hospitals. And before you decide to, I don't know, cut part of fucking Junior's dick off, maybe goddamn you can watch that a few thousand times, you piece of shit. So, there's that. But yeah, that's bullshit, and you shouldn't be goddamn trying to shame women that have to have abortions. So there's that. Let's see what else is on. Or not on. What the hell am I talking about? ICE. Oh yeah, ICE. An ICE location. ICE. I forget what it stands for. You can tell a lot about an organization in its name, and I think when you're calling the organization ICE, you can pretty much bet they're pretty damn cold-blooded. But an ICE location got shut up over the weekend or whenever the hell it was. And that is a deportation industry. They have to do with deporting people. They make their money off human suffering pretty much. And they were shut up. No, obviously I'm against that. That's not okay. I don't think it's okay to ever do anything like that. I don't support any kind of terroristic threats or behavior. But I don't think it goes reported enough the amount of shootings and murders of people on the border, of Hispanic and immigrants, and of people on the border that Border Patrol engages in. So maybe that's something you want to talk about a little bit more too. But obviously I don't support this, and that's very negative. I don't think you should, shoot at ICE headquarters. I don't support that. So there's that. Not a lot to say, really. One other thing I want to talk about is Epstein. Supposedly, they put his guards that were supposed to be on suicide watch, they put them on leave. And notwithstanding the Clintons and whether or not they may have had him killed, or whether or not some other rich cocksucker may have had him killed. And another guy I really don't like, by the way, is a guy called Bill Gates, who, you want to talk about vaccinations and whether or not maybe they are hijacking our vaccines. And somebody that also promoted circumcision or genital mutilation. And he also, him and Miranda Gates also promote feminism and trying to turn women against men. And they have been involved in a lot of really horrendous shit over the years, if you know any damn thing about them. Divide and conquer and everything else. He's been busted pretty much as having flown in private jets with fucking Jeffrey Epstein. So there's something for you to think about. But anyways, the warden or the guard in charge of Jeffrey Epstein's cell, while they were supposed to be watching him for killing himself, decided to give them leave so that they could leave. Now look, I'm sorry, and I don't care what kind of man or kind of horrible excuse for a human being Jeffrey Epstein was. That's still no fucking excuse for not doing your damn job. Your job was to protect the guy from fucking offing himself. You were supposed to keep the guy from killing himself. That was your job. You knew very well that was your job, and then you didn't do your fucking job, and you should be fired if you're not doing your damn job. Regardless of what kind of horrible motherfucker Jeffrey Epstein was or what he deserved, your job was to keep him from killing himself, and you knew that very well, and he never went to trial. You never got through the trial, and once you get through the damn trial, whatever you decide to do is what you decide to do. He never got the fucking trial, and obviously he would have been found guilty, and he was obviously he was guiltier. He was guiltier than Justin Bieber is at sucking at music, but nevertheless, you never gave him the fucking trial, and that was a load of shit. And that's not how you fucking run a country. You have to do your job. So just let me say that. All right, let's see what else. Somewhere, I think it was Italy, a Muslim group slaughtered sheep in a Holocaust-style murder in a parking lot at a business somewhere. As if though shit can't get weirder. And again, obviously I'm not a fan of any religion, and that does include Islam and or Judaism or Christianity. I bitch mainly about Christianity, but I don't like any of these fucking religions. And I would like to see our country maybe become more Buddhist. Buddhism, I have no problem with Buddhism. Some other form of neo-pagan religion, atheist, pretty much any damn thing, but the current three religions that dominate. I don't like Judaism, Christianity, or Islam. I think that they're very negative religions, and I think if you read their holy books, the Torah, Talmud, the New Testament, and the Quran, you'll find a lot of very disgusting, violent stuff in those books, and I don't like that. But this also goes back to veganism. You're against this because of a certain style of slaughter that they engaged in, because I know the Jews engage in kosher butchering, the Islamists engage in halal butchering, but all butchering of any meat is wrong. And even though I cheat like a motherfucker and eat like shit, eat like a goddamn lion when it comes to fucking meat, because I am hypocritical. We're all hypocritical about something, and that's the one thing I am. With that being said, it's still wrong, and we shouldn't do that, and we should all start to eat more vegetables, fruit, maybe tofu. I mean, things like that. Shit that's not involving the butchering of an animal, and we should start to engage in more of that. But, nevertheless. Anyways, that was a kind of an odd story out of Italy, so there you go. Let's see what else. Elizabeth Warren, she wants to ensure that transgender people have the ability to have access to important treatment, including not only estrogen, but that would include sexual reassignment surgery. And I support that 100%. If a transgender person thinks they need sexual reassignment surgery or anything else, they should be able to engage in that. They should have access to that. And I think the government or the state rather should pay for that. And I think healthcare should cover that. So long, and this is a very important so long as, keep that in mind, this is the so long as part of this, you are talking about an individual who is at least 18 or older. Obviously, if this includes anyone younger than that, I am against that. I'm not even against cutting off some of the dick, let alone the entire thing. But if you are talking about an adult, then they should be able to engage in any behavior they want. And if a transgender person thinks they need a sexual reassignment surgery, that should be their right to do that. So I support that, and I think that it's very important that we ensure that our nation's transgender people are able to engage in whatever medical treatment they are allowed to take or get or be involved in whatever medical treatment they think they need to be happy and to live a full human life. So that's very important that we take care of our nation's transgenders and our nation's transgender people. So that's about that, or about all that I have to say about anything today. I mean, there really isn't a lot to talk about. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that you're trying to play pro-life films in abortion clinics where a lot of the women in there are already being shamed, they already feel bad as it is, and you're now playing fucking pro-life videos in fucking abortion clinics. That's quite fucking horrific. And, again, just this country is really, really, really going to hell in a handbasket. I don't understand any of you fucking people, and yeah, just I don't know. I guess that's about it. But I think transgender people obviously should have the right to whatever treatment they need, and that's it. P666.